In this lesson, we'll take a look at Adobe Audition. Audition is Adobe's sound editing package, and it's pretty powerful. I'm only going to show you some of the features because there's a lot that goes on here. You can do professional audio editing to a pretty good extent in Audition. Generally, what I want to show you is how to just trim audio and use fades and stuff like that. So we're going to file to open. I'll open up an audio file. And it's a pretty good program because it can open up different types of files. This is an MP3, but you can open up AIFF files and all kinds of other files. So I want to call your attention. We're looking at a waveform. So the waveform is a representation of sound. And obviously, like the taller the columns here, and that means the louder the sound. When we have smaller increments like this in between, well, then it's going to be less loud. So this is a frequency analysis of the left and right channel. The top is the left channel, the bottom is the right channel. And then we have the entire waveform up here. So if you look at the entire waveform up on the right and on the left, these grabber bars, and I'm going to click and drag those and pull them in. And what is this doing? It's kind of like zooming into the waveform, so we can really, really tightly zoom in to just one section. And then you can see this kind of bar that just kind of sits over allows you to adjust things like the volume once you have made a selection. So if we want to just listen to the sound, you can click, and that will put the playhead at this location, then hit the space bar, and that will play the sound. If you want to make a selection, like let's say, for example, that I wanted to remove part of the sound, you can just click and drag. So if I click and drag across, notice what I'm getting here. I'm getting this white area, and I get these two brackets, and basically I'm just selecting this section. And with these controls, I can adjust the volume. I can make it softer, I can make it louder. So that's something you can do with this tool, and that's why that's there. I'm just going to undo that. I don't want to really do that. But if I wanted to just take out this one section, I can copy that now. And then it's a little tricky. You can't just go to File to New because it defaults to a new multi-track section, which we don't really need. We just need a new audio file. So Command-Shift-N or Control-Shift-N if you're on a PC. Just give it a name. I'll just call it Clip 1. Click OK. And then just do a paste. And now we get that one snippet of audio in this one file. I'm going to notice up here on the top, this is a name of this file right here, Editor Clip 1. And if you click on this, this will be like a drop down that appears, and you can get back to the original file that you were working on. So this is the original file that we're working on here. And I'm going to zoom out again. If you want to move to different sections of the sound, you can click and drag along the top here. And I believe if you double click, yes, if you double click, you can zoom all the way out. Now, down here, you can see that there's these two items, one on the left and one on the right. This allows you to fade in and fade out. So if I can click and start dragging, notice what happens to the waveform. I'm actually making it fade in. And then if I click and drag here, I'll get a fade out. So if I get the playhead to start here, it'll play softly, and then it'll gradually get louder and louder. So that's the fade option. I'm going to just undo that and that. Other things that you have, there's a bunch of different controls around here. Some of them are like Essential Sound, which you have available to you in Adobe Premiere. But up here on the top, there's a bunch of different effects. And you also have this effects rack here. So you can apply effects to audio files. So for example, if I go back to this file, I have everything selected. If I wanted to play that backwards, you can go to Effect in Reverse. So that'll play it backwards. If I go to Effect to Silence, it'll introduce silence into part of your track. You can also generate noise. and it gives you different options for the type of noise to create. So it's like background noise. And then there's options to fix sounds. So for example, if you have a sound that's problematic, it's got some issues, you can heal sounds. There's different amplitude. If you have sounds that have a lot of s in it, you can remove that with the de-esser. There's all kinds of different effects. And again, like I said here, I'm only really touching the surface, but you can see this very, very sophisticated. You can do a lot of different things with this tool. I just applied reverb to this track. And then when you're ready, you want to move this over into After Effects. You'd want to go to File, Save As, and then you save it into the format of your choice. You can see all the different file formats that it supports. So there's a bunch of different options here, and then you would save it to wherever you wanted to save it. So that's Adobe Audition. You can use that to trim audio. You can use that to add effects. You can use it to fix audio issues. So it's a pretty great tool, and it comes with the Adobe Creative Cloud.